Welcome back to Prime Morning. My name is HEADWAY. It's time for Women in Business. Like I always say every single Monday, when we bring you Women in Business, we want to encourage you, we want to empower you that, you know, if you want to start a business, if you're already starting a business, if you already own a business, you can make it because people are making it. And then it's always awesome to know that women are definitely breaking the bias. They are, you know, making massive strides in the world of business. Now, beautiful ornaments to adorn the body, to adorn, you know, not just the body, but the clothes as well. So rings, necklaces, bracelets, spangles. When it comes to the clothes, you have brooches, you know. Are there any other names for ornaments you can use in decorating your clothes? Anyways, the expert is in the house. I have seated with me the CEO of Spangles, Mrs. Angela Nelson, and we are going to get up close with her, get to know how she started the jewelry business, how jewelry in Ghana is like, the patronizing of jewelries in Ghana, the current state of the economy, how has it been treating her, and then what she has to say to the young women out there, most especially who want to go into jewelry business, who want to start a jewelry or any other business at all. Welcome once again to Prime Morning, and help me welcome my guest, Mrs. Angela Nelson.
Thank you so much, Adria. It's lovely being here.
Right.
And happy National Constitution Day. Yes, happy holidays to you all.
Yes, thank you very much. How are you doing? How was the festive season for you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. The Christmas season was quite interesting. So we started with introducing our new earrings, which was Christmas themed. Okay. So we had pendants made with ornaments that had the recycled glass beads added to it. So we had good patronage of that over the Christmas period. And then I took a bit of a break just to rest because I think after a stressful year, we needed some rest, and I even wasn't feeling a bit too well. So yeah,
you're better now.
I'm much
if you're
better.
seated here, means you're absolutely better.
I'm much better.
Tell us about yourself. Who is Angela Nelson?
Okay, so Angela Nelson is the CEO of Spangles, and Spangles for me, it started as a passion project, a hobby, and that I eventually decided to focus on. So before I started Spangles, actually, I was working with a multinational company for 10 years. And then I've always loved doing things with my hands, creative things. I've always known that I'm a creative person because growing up, the one thing or the one subject that you wouldn't have to push me to go do was my artwork. That I would spend hours just sitting down doing it. If I see a slight mistake, I would just destroy everything and start over again. And it used to drive my mom crazy because I would waste so much time on it and only to destroy because of just a tiny mistake. And unfortunately, this is a trait I still keep because my husband would tell you, I would come up with a design, show it to him, and then he'll be like, oh, it's nice. Then I see something, I'm like,
but then
no,
you don't feel satisfied.
I know, right? I see a slight mistake or maybe a not showing, and I will have to do it all over again.
Wow.
So I don't know. Being a perfectionist isn't the best thing for me right now because I waste a lot of time coming up with my pieces.
Growing up, what did you want to become?
Growing up, interesting question because my father used to tease me because I wasn't too sure exactly what I wanted to do. My father would tease me and say that, oh, this girl should be a market woman. Then my mom, on the other hand, thought I was a bit of a talkative, so then I should go into law. So I guess for me, I wasn't too certain as to what I wanted to do until later on in life. So then I ended up doing social science at the university. But actually, my real desire was to do industrial arts. And if I had followed my dream, or my intuition, I probably would have taken my brand to a different level. I'm telling you. So I'm actually considering going back to school to study or even understudying a professional jeweler, just so that I can take it to the next level.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's come to the name Spangles. What does it mean?
Spangles is a word or a term that is used for things that shine. So if you've heard the American flag. They say the star-spangled banner. So anything that shines, you see, you have a lot of stars. Spangles, it shines. Anything that glitters, anything that like sequins, the ones they put on, yes, they are called spangles. So the whole idea is to produce items of beauty that will make people stand out when they wear them, give them additional layer of confidence to express themselves. If you've noticed, any woman or any person in general who dresses well and looks good is always confident. They're able to go out there and show what they are good at.
That's true.
So I think that a bit of beauty, added beauty, gives someone more confidence. And I believe that everybody is beautiful. However, with added confidence, you're able to go out there and express yourself and show what you are good at and share more of your talent with the world. So this is what I hope to bring to people.
How long have you been in this business?
Spangles actually was registered in 2014.
Okay.
But then it was initially supposed to be an event management business. I was supposed to go into business with a friend, but then that fell through. And then when I developed the interest for making jewelry, I said, oh, I've already registered the business. I might as well just use the name Spangles, because actually it gives, it suited it, because I want people to shine.
Right.
So then I just started doing it full-time when I resigned from my full-time job in 2018. So I would say this year will mark like 5 years of actively managing Spangles as a business.
So you resigned from your full-time job as a...
So I was working with, I was in the IT department, then I moved to, I started in the company as marketing, then went to IT, and then I went into communications before I resigned. Yeah, I think I felt the need to come and follow my dreams and see how far I can take this passion of making beaded jewelry. And with time, I hope to go into other fashion, should I say, departments, not just jewelry, but even clothing. We'll see. It's a dream of mine to actually support and put Ghana on the map, or make a mark in terms of fashion in the world. So the whole idea is that maybe in 10, 15 years' time, Spangles will be known globally for fashion.
So I would say that Spangles mainly specializes in beaded jewelry.
For now.
For now, that's what you do. But then since you've mentioned that you resigned from your full-time job in 2018 because you wanted to go full-time on being an entrepreneur, I mean, you know, running this business, what made you so sure of yourself that if I'm to leave this job and then I go into being an entrepreneur, I would definitely be successful?
It wasn't an easy decision to come to. Obviously, not so sure how things will go, and you're worried about financial securities and all that. But it was a burning desire. So I needed to do the things that would make me feel fulfilled. So when I came out, the first few months, I was excited because I was like, I'm spending all my time doing the things I enjoy doing. And then reality hit. It hit me, and I was like, oh, do I really think I can sustain this? Because it's capital intensive. You need to buy materials to produce, you have to pay people, you have to pay your taxes, all those things. So it became a bit of a worry. But fortunately for me, I have a very supportive husband who invests in my company, who also supports me, because being here right now, actually, I had to, when I was informed that I should come onto this platform, I had to tell him, because he's also an entrepreneur himself, so I tell him that I have a program on Monday, so you have to rearrange your program so that I can come. So he's at home right now taking care of the kids, because today is a holiday. Somebody has to be there.
Somebody has to be there. What are some of the highs that you've achieved in this business?
You know, for me, my prized achievement is when I'm able to convert clients into, say, sisters. I had the pleasure of meeting one lady who just saw me on social media, said she was coming to Ghana, like she's in the US. She was coming to Ghana and she would like to see some of my things. I do not know her from anywhere. She just contacted me and she asked me where I was going to be. Fortunately, she was coming to Tema. So we met up, we did a bit of like fun activities together. She bought lots of my stuff. And then for some strange reason, we've really bonded. And it's a very comforting experience. And I remember quite recently, she wanted me to do something for her. And I showed her the thread of messages that I sent to the person she had wanted me to send it to. And she saw me saying that, oh, and my friend said, oh, now I'm your friend. I was like, no, you're my sister. You're my sister. So it's very heartwarming to meet people who don't know you from Adam and then trust you, and take your product and actually feel like they're part of your business. Yeah. Because when I communicate with her, she's giving me ideas and she's more like a sister to me now. Oh, and I've had several experiences with other women all across. And I think it's a very humbling experience just for people to accept your product and your brand and go with you along your journey. Yeah.
So being an entrepreneur, being in this particular business, what would you say are some of the major challenges that you've had to face, especially being a woman who owns a business?
So my number one challenge, I don't think it's peculiar to women entrepreneurs, and this has to do with funding. It's like I said, it's capital intensive, and for you to actually be able to purchase and sustain the business, it takes a lot of money. And fortunately, agencies like the Ghana Enterprise Agency is there to support us. So I actually enjoyed a loan facility from them during the COVID period, which I'm still paying off. But like I said, I have been lucky. I have a supportive husband who invests in the business, but it's very capital intensive and sales are not always high. You know, there are periods where the sales are very low and you're wondering, what do I do next? So having someone to discuss your business with really is helpful. The other thing that I face, particularly in my department, as in jewelry, has to do with raw materials. So I purchase the materials from Ghana, local markets like the recycled glass factories, the Makola market, and recently I buy stuff from certain things from China. But the thing is, sometimes I'll make my beautiful pieces and people would come like, oh, I want to purchase this particular product, but it's run out of stock. If you go to the market to go look for the materials to replicate it, you don't find it. And that's so heartbreaking because sometimes people from outside will want the same exactly. Or even in different colors, but you won't find the same material to make it. So then it's a bit of a challenge, just trying to take advantage of the opportunities out there because people are interested but you cannot deliver.
So I would say that because of this challenge, you rarely replicate designs.
Yes, I actually pride myself with the fact that I make unique products. So I just don't make a lot of a particular product. If it's available and you are interested, I sell it to you. But then after it's been sold out, you have to wait till I'm able to produce it when the materials are available. And then I contact you if you're interested. Then I send it to you.
Now, when you were talking about capital being, you know, a challenge and all that, when you started, did you have to start, you know, huge? How was the beginning like for you?
So for me, fortunately, when I was leaving my regular job, I had some money from my provident fund and all that. So that's what I started with. So I had to buy a lot of materials, to start with. And it's not very easy to be able to break into the market like that. So you have to invest in communication, doing your branding things, materials, coming up with concepts and all that. You need photographers, you need a lot of things to help you get onto the market to be known. So yes, the money got drained out here. pretty fast. And with time, fortunately, it didn't go to waste because sometimes I go out there. I don't know whether it's not just because of my beautiful product, but also my hair.
Your hair?
The color of my hair. When I go, I was like, I know you from somewhere. Like, okay. Like, you make jewelry. I'm like, it actually wasn't a bad investment than just making noise about the product and putting myself out there, because when you go to my social media feed, you see me there. And it helps. It helps to maintain the interest in the brand and the brand awareness and all that. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to come to how you really push yourself out there for people to get to know you. But for the viewers, I'm speaking with the owner, the CEO of Spangles, and Spangles is, you know, specialized in beaded jewelries. We are getting to know the owner, Mrs. Angela Nelson, how she started, how the journey has been for her so far, what we can get from her when it comes to entrepreneurship, you know, and all that. So make sure that you stick and stay with us right here on Prime Morning. We are still seated with Mrs. Angela Nelson, and you can call in. The phone line is going to be opened. You can call in if you have any questions at all that you want to ask Mrs. Nelson. She's here to answer you anything in relation to entrepreneurship. Do you want to go into the jewelry business? And is Ghana, you know, I don't know how the country currently is really making it easy for jewelry business owners, because I mean, you specify in beaded jewelry, so we are going to get to that. And then you also mentioned, you know, that it's quite difficult you replicating or making designs that you've already made.
Yes.
So when customers see something on your social media and they want the same thing, they can't necessarily get the exact thing.
Exactly.
How are you able to convince customers? A customer has come to you, wants this particular design, but you can't get it for her.
Okay, so it's all about communication, and one thing that I enjoy doing apart from designing my product is actually interacting with clients. So when they approach me on social media, I tell them the truth. I tell them that yes, this is not currently available, and so these are
honest.
Yes, you have to be able to build trust with your clients. So I tell them the truth that it's not available, and sometimes it's difficult to find the materials, but I would get back to you if I find it. So I'll go, when I go to the market, I look for materials or components that I can use to make the product, and then I tell them, sometimes even at the market, I take pictures, sent to you, do you like this color? Because I don't have the exact color. So it's always communication back and forth, and I don't joke with that, because that's how I build the relationship with my clients. It's always communication, being honest, building trust.
Do you have instances where you have a client that is like, you're unable to get me exactly what I want, so forget about it, I don't want it anymore, I'll just move on? It happens. So sometimes what I do is, okay, I'll tell you that once I find it, I will get back to you if you're still interested. If not, these are the other options that I currently have, if you'll be willing to take them. And then I check in with them from time to time, just to keep them my brand top of mind, so that they don't forget about me. So then when I come up with a catalog, I share it with them, just so you might just find something that you are interested in, even though I don't have the particular thing that you wanted available. So that's what I do. From when you started in 2018, correct?
Yes.
Till date, what has been the #1 tool or medium you've used to put yourself out there?
Okay, for me, it's social media. Okay. And I think it's been a blessing, because whether you're a big company or a startup, we all are playing on the same field. Yeah. So you have access to international clients, you have access to local people too. So I don't know whether it's because I worked in IT, but I love testing applications. So I take applications like TuneMe or PixArt, and then I use them to animate my pictures, just so it keeps people interested. And then what I also do, something I started doing but I had to stop, was I was using my images to come up with activities and send to people. So for example, I would take 2 images and same image, but then I will edit one and say, find the difference.
Oh,
so
okay.
it was just activities just to get my customers engaged. But I had to stop because it was time consuming. And again, back to the question you asked in terms of some of the issues we face as women.
Yeah.
Time, because I work from home and I have to manage the family and then manage the business full time too. So it's really time consuming. Sometimes I wonder if we all have the same number of hours because it's not enough within the day. And most of the time I do my creative thinking at night, and it takes a toll on us. So I think one other thing I'm doing is trying to take time off to take care of myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many workers do you have?
I have just one at the moment. So we are just two women, two strong women in the team.
Strong women.
Yes. So when I do the designing, I come up with the concept and I do the prototype. I give it to my production manager. She's Victoria. She's really a good worker. I'm really blessed to have her because when she replicates it, she's able to focus on just the production, and then I do the other bits in terms of the bookkeeping, advertising, sales, and then the purchasing of raw materials and all that. It's a lot, but she's really on top of the production, so I don't have to worry about that. And one thing I like about my worker is that she thinks about the company. She's not even just coming in to earn her salary or do her 9 to 5 kind of thing. But she comes in and sometimes she'll call me and say, oh, madam, maybe we should look at doing this. Maybe we should do this instead. What can we do? And she's coming up with ideas. And I really feel like I've gained another member of my family. Come up with a team that is strong. She's committed, and she doesn't mind coming in at so if we have an event, she doesn't mind coming in on weekends to help me, and I find it very, very comforting, and I think I'm blessed to have her. I'm blessed to have her.
Are you looking to, at some point, scale up the number of workers that you have?
Yes. Okay. So at the right time, I would want to expand. And for me, I think this year is a major year because what I want to do is extend my reach. So find partners in Ghana who would want to stock my products so that I can expand my distribution. And also I'm looking to break into the outside market. Although I ship to some individuals outside, I want a situation whereby I can stock quite a number of pieces with shops so that people can just go there. The reason why I'm looking to do that is that even though I have a website which is www.spanglesgh.com, I feel that there's a bit of a challenge there, that being the fact that payment platforms that people would go and make payments to purchase the product, it's a challenge because Ghana has been blacklisted when it comes to PayPal, and most of the foreign clients or people who buy online want a payment platform that they can trust, that they can just,
especially those outside the country.
So if you have a local agency that comes up with a payment platform, they go there and it directs them to their platform. They are not too confident that is this
that there's a third party involved.
Yes, and then because they don't know it, they don't know that platform, they are not sure whether their funds or their cards are secure with them. So I had to stop and start putting on the website that if you find anything you are interested in, contact me, and then we would arrange for the payment. But that too, for someone who doesn't know you, it's not very comforting for them. So that's my major problem. I don't know who I can contact to help us with this kind of problem, because if we had PayPal in Ghana or an equivalent,
it would have been easier because that would just be direct.
Exactly, it would have been much easier.
Then I would say that you don't really get that much, orders from the websites.
No, I don't. I use it more as a landing page where people can see what I make, the kind of things I make. So I see people going there a lot just to see who I am, my products, and that kind of information, gets information. If they are really interested, they will contact me on WhatsApp. or Instagram.
Right.
But most of the time, it's those who contact me from outside are those who've interacted with me.
Okay.
And most of the time, it's when they come to Ghana and they want to see you, meet you. That's when we build that connection. Yeah,
so it's not like a right away kind of transaction.
No, it's not going very well on the
goes,
website like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. So I'm looking for stockists outside so that people can just go there. I say, okay, you can find it here.
Right.
So then you can pay to that person.
Yeah.
Then the person, I deal directly with them later on. Yeah.
Earlier you spoke about distribution. Who are your prime consumers?
So when I initially started, I thought I'm making jewelry for the 30s, those in their 30s to 40. I was pleasantly surprised that it's the elderly who actually patronize my product. So those
elderly, like age range?
So between 45 and 60. I was like, oh, I'm telling you, you know, the mature women who already know what they want.
Yeah.
So I was actually proud that I could make something for that kind of people.
Yes.
Because initially I thought, oh, it's only the young people who like colorful things.
Right.
And I was the people who were patronizing my things. I was, oh, mature crowd. I like that. I like that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So Angela, we have a call on the line. Good morning, Paulina. Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, Paulina.
Hello. Good morning.
Hi, Paulina. Can you please speak up for me?
Good morning.
Good morning. Kindly talk to us, Paulina.
Yes. Like, I actually like her product. I love it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I want to ask, like, is he training people if you want to come and learn?
Oh,
is he training? Is he ready to train?
Right. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Paulina. So,
this is a question I've gotten quite and yes.
Yeah.
And it's in the pipeline. But what I'm doing right now and what I'm actually thinking of expanding, although I've started, is to train people who are underprivileged. I started with a particular design, and once I had moved on to other products, I decided to go and train people on the original products that I started with, so that they would also be able to make something out of it. So I had this event before Christmas with the mothers of the Kayayu, street children in Jamestown, where I taught the mothers how to make a particular bead. And I want to do more of that because I feel that people have been good to me. I want to get back to the society. So I would want, if any agency or association wants help in training people like that,
you're open for that?
Yes.
Okay, so we have Rich Love calling from Castle on the line. Good morning.
Good morning. Please, I would like to speak to you.
Okay, that's fine. Feel free.
Okay. My patrol, the person is coming to me, be the Juma bike. It's like me posting on social media and he said that I don't get customers over there. So my person is actually the limitation of that.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
Rich Love. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, that's a bit brave. So offer.
So social media no consistency. I mean, I'm saying you can with you, but what I idea so what tie yeah, nowadays or pictures you go social media
every day.
even if it's not every day. Na ye bia de bia na what we be every now what we be is say sana obi hu say oh girlie me hu ni product. We'll be surprised. They better take it just one instance. No be enya some big order be. So try and be consistent with your posting on social media, and also be innovative. So and you say there be pictures in social media, no, it's more about storytelling.
Right.
So sometimes no, as you say, we share a process. I would beads no. And I say, be a market. I do that sometimes. I go and stand at Makola, take a picture of it to show people that, oh, I'm in Makola, oh, this is what is happening there. You have to tell a story with your brand, what you stand for, and your journey, so that people feel like they're part of you. So it takes time. It
Yeah,
takes
I also feel like just doing one particular thing, posting one particular thing on your social media, but it gets boring.
Exactly.
It gets tired. We get tired of seeing almost the same thing every time.
Yes.
It can be different designs and everything, but if it has the same kind of concept every day, it gets boring. You don't really get the attention that you are looking for.
Yes.
So like Mrs. Nelson has mentioned, you know, like be innovative, be creative about how you put yourself out there.
Yes.
Okay, so for the young lady who is watching you, who is inspired by you, who wants to do what you're doing or even more, what would you say to her?
I would say that the first step is to identify your passion. So once you've covered that, what you need to do is practice, hone that talent, and then follow your instinct. It's one thing that has actually helped me. Whenever I have an intuition, I just don't, irrespective of the fact that it might be something trivial, I do not joke with it. I follow through, and it's always like, is it the Holy Spirit talking to us, giving you guidance? So follow your intuitions.
It's very important.
Yes, identify what you are passionate about and just go for it. Don't wait for a perfect time to start a business. Go for it. You will never know. You will learn along the way, and then things will just happen. Things will fall into place.
Yeah. So go for it. Okay, so we have Douglas on the line. Good morning, Douglas.
Good morning, madam.
You're right. Talk to us.
Please, I'm very happy watching you this morning. I love your conversation, and it's very, very catchy. I love the smile as well. And most especially, I love her saying she wants to give back to society.
Yeah.
I believe in giving, and I believe in giving back to society. And doing something that makes you feel good, I mean, it's something that every young person should admire. And this is a lesson to our youth in the society, believing that there is no work, blah, 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 doing a whole lot of stuff. I mean, it's not helping us. She actually has something she's doing, and she created to follow her passion. And so I want to say this to all the young people over there, to also do something. I mean, something is radiating from the soil. They should bring it up to also help other people, just like she's going to help the underprivileged, the airport, and all that.
Them for free.
That need our help. What are we schooling for? We should, I mean, something out of ourselves to help our society, and the Lord will bless us. God bless you, and I'm sure I'll catch up with you someday at your company, and probably I might be an investor.
Okay. I think Mrs. Nelson would love that.
Yes. Thank you so much, Douglas. God bless you.
I'm just a boy.
Oh, okay.
No problem. No problem. You never know what kind of impact you can make.
Yes, right.
Yes,
Okay, thank you, Douglas, for calling.
Philanthropist, and I'm praying that the Lord will help us.
Will help us, definitely.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you to have a lovely morning. Good morning, Anita.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, yourself.
I'm great. Talk to us.
I really love your show.
Can you please speak up for me?
Okay, I really love your show. In fact, this is my first time for watching your program.
Thank you. Yeah, Anita, we are listening.
Okay, so I will appreciate what she is doing and what she has been saying to help the less privileged. So I pray to God that we all help her so that she will come up with other ideas. I really love the show this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Anita. We hope that you continue watching Prime Morning every day, Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. on the dot. Okay? All right. Thank you so much for calling.
Bye.
Right. So, Mrs. Nelson, earlier you mentioned, in fact, I think about twice or three times, you were reiterating the support, how supportive your husband is. And it's beautiful. It's amazing to know that you have a man in your life who acknowledges your gift, your talent, and is equally supporting you and pushing you hard and all that. Now, I want you to help us know that as a woman, if you want a man to support your business, you want a man to help you, how would you go about it?
So again, my thing is communication. So I talk to him a lot. So I tell him my dreams, my aspirations, and I have business discussions with him. When I'm producing a product, he's also someone who likes things well done. So then I appreciate his opinion a lot. I go and I show him this. Is this something that if you see in town, you would want to buy for me?
Okay.
And then I listen to his feedback, and then I either incorporate it or I find a way of working with his suggestions. So when it comes to managing the home and the business, it's a two-way thing. I give him space and time to do his bit, as in manage his business, and then when it comes to me, he feels the need to do the same because because we are in it together. And like I said, he's supposed to go somewhere this morning, but he said, I'll wait for you when you come, and then I will go. So it's a give and take approach, and being able to communicate what you would want. And I'm not one to really nag, you know, it's more of yes, I don't like nagging. It makes me feel agitated and all that. So yes, I like to talk about things calmly. So I guess that has worked for me.
Wow. Where do you see Spangles in the next 5 years?
So as I said, I want to make a mark in terms of being one of the major or globally known Ghanaian brand for fashion. So I in as much as I'm trying to expand my reach locally, what I want to do, because it's in line with the vision, is to get stockists break into the international market so that people would identify unique products and associate them with Spangles. With that, we will be able to make our mark.
Okay, all right. So we have another call on the line. Ernest, good morning.
This Ernest, please.
Yes. Hi, Ernest. Can you please turn the volume of your TV set so we can talk smoothly?
This Ernest, please.
Yes, hi, Ernest. Can you please turn the volume of
Yeah, I've done it.
All right, kindly talk to us then.
I want to ask Miss Angela how she's pushing Ghanaian culture or African culture through his bead making.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ernest.
Thank you, Ernest. That's an interesting question, and something I haven't touched on in our discussion. So in order for me to push my agenda as being a globally known brand from Ghana, what I do is I try to incorporate elements of Ghanaian products like recycled glass beads or brass ornaments in our jewelry. So you can see from here I have brass, I have some recycled glass beads as elements of my my jewelry. And I've noticed that with Ghanaians, most people like to patronize foreign products. So they don't particularly like all the being too traditional. Some, not all, some. So what I do is I try to blend our local products with foreign products so that they would look trendy, so that people would see it and appreciate it. Through that, it's my desire that, or my wish, that people would come to appreciate local products. So if you can see from this particular key ring I'm holding.
Oh, that's a key ring?
Yeah, that's a key ring. So I use a lot of the recycled glass beads in order to make this, I call this Koliko key ring. So in order to make the figurine. So here I'm trying to push this out there for people to also, appreciate our products, the recycled glass beads. Thereby, I am also supporting our local industry and helping them also get awareness, revenue, in order for us to all make a better Ghana.
Right.
You see, that's the agenda.
Okay, Mrs. Nelson. So we have Irama on the line. Good morning. Hello, Irama. We lost Irama. Irama, kindly make sure that you do call back before the show ends so you can ask your questions if you have a question to ask. Now, okay, so I was going to come to the products, so you have some of the jewelries on here, and I want to know something like this on a regular.
Yes.
How long did it take you? Oh, this is heavy.
Yes, but it sits well on the, when you're wearing it, it's not heavy because it sits well and it balances the weight.
Okay, okay. So how long did it take you to make this?
This, my perfectionist in me, it took quite a bit of time to finish this because, for it to align, you have to be adjusting the beats and all that. So it took me a good week and a half, I would say.
A week and a half.
I'm telling you,
for one ornament.
Exactly, just one. And that's the thing. When people approach you and say, "Oh, your things are this price, reduce it," a lot of things go on behind the scenes.
We are going to come to the prices of these beautiful jewelry here. We have Emmanuel on the line calling from Teshi. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
Fine, talk to us.
Please, I think we should promote her much. We should have a festival for them. Like, we should have a big festival.
Thank you.
We can go to a location at Accra Mall and have a festival for them. Yeah, like how we have the wine mall, wine festival. Yeah. That's what I think.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Thank you. Okay, so we have Fifi calling from Takrady on the line. Good morning, Fifi.
Good morning.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Right, can you please speak up for me so we can hear you audibly?
I just want to say Angela is so beautiful. Angela is so beautiful. She's a decent lady, okay?
Thank you.
I just like the way she dresses. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So beautiful. She should keep on doing whatever she wants to do. And I know a great thing is going to come out from it.
Thank
you so much, Fifi, for calling.
Thank you.
Okay, so now let's come to the prices.
Yes.
So this, for instance, took about
a week and
a half
to finish the prototype.
The prototype?
Yes.
Not the actual thing.
The prototype, because when I finished the prototype and I gave it to Victoria to help me, when she's doing it, I look at it and then we do adjustments to it. So yeah, it takes a bit of time.
So together, how long?
So once I finish the prototype, it's actually easier. But again, when I'm replicating this, I treat it as a unique piece.
A unique piece.
Because if something doesn't sit well, we have to adjust it in a way that it's uniquely to that piece. Because not every number of beads will be the same for the other one. Because we are trying to maintain a certain design, but it should sit well at the end of the day. So yeah, we adjust as we go.
Right. Okay. So Priscilla calling from Teshi is on the line. Good morning. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Okay, Priscilla, please call back before we end the segment. Please make sure you call back. Okay, so how much for this?
So this goes, I retail this at 400.
Wow.
400, yes. Because a lot of time goes into it.
A lot of time
goes into it.
And this, we have some glass beads.
Yes, we do. For this one, the only component that's from Ghana are the brass ornaments. The brass ornaments and then the dangling, the dangling bits. Yes.
And the rest are from where?
These are from, these are semi-precious stones, agates, and then I work with cat eye. You know, cat eye, it's got sometimes the people talk about the healing abilities of some of the semi-precious stones. So yes, I mix some of them with the local beads. So for example, the one
400 cedis, it is good.
But you
it is good. Semi-precious stones. We've got brass in there. I mean, the time that is being put into making this 400 cedis is Good.
Thank you. I'm happy to hear that because sometimes the comments I hear, and in dealing with clients, you need a lot of patience.
Yeah.
And you need a lot of patience because some people would come and try and dictate to you the prices at which they want to buy your product, but you know what went into it. You know the time you spent trying to come up with a design, and you know the design, how do I say, creativity that you've put into it. So when people do that, I kindly say, oh, okay, you think it's too expensive. Maybe you should look around and see whether you find something that's within your budget. So go to my website, maybe you find something that is equally pleasing, but then maybe that will fit well within your budget. So.
I wonder how, entrepreneurs, business owners can really make consumers understand that there's so much that goes into it, especially when you are in a field where it's a creative kind of field, like this, for instance. You have to sketch your designs first before you sit down to think things through. After you are done, there are some mistakes here and there. You have to go back, like the perfectionist that Mrs. Nelson is. She would have to start all over again.
Exactly.
The materials, getting quality materials to bring you the best products, the best possible that you could get on the market. At the end of the day, it's not easy. And so consumers need to really appreciate this, that time, effort, money,
talent.
Talent. We forget this sometimes. Oh, wow. Anyways, Mrs. Nelson, it's been awesome having you here, talking about bead making, spangles and then all that. Before you go, final words.
I would say, I've already said it, but I would reiterate it. That is, follow your dreams. Identify what you are passionate about. Listen to your intuition. And if you're interested in stocking my product, you know where to find me.
Where can we find you, though?
I'm in Tema, but I'm on social media. I'm on Instagram at Spangles GH. Same with Facebook. Twitter too, but I'm not too active there because I prefer where you can show more of your products.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
And I'm on WhatsApp, and my website is also live. So. Yes.
All right, viewers. So I have been speaking with the CEO of Spangles Jewelries. I mean, she is an expert. She specializes in bead, bead making, and some of the artifacts that we've shown you so far proofs that she's good at what she does, and she gives you the quality of of things. She puts together quality things to bring you the best products, and so make sure that when you go purchasing her, you don't complain too much. You understand? You need to understand that in this current state of, you understand. Anyway, so thank you so much for tuning in with me. My name is Accesories. My guest, like I mentioned, is Mrs. Angela Nelson, who is the CEO of Spangles GH. Coming up next is another awesome conversation. You don't want to go anywhere. Don't forget to get interactive with us on all our socials. It's very important that you do so. Do stay tuned for more right here on Prime Morning.